Hello, guys and gals, and this is Vlog Friday. For let me find my black book. My black book. Let's see what's on the docket today. Let's see, 47. Okay, this is Vlog Friday for. No, sorry, wrong page. Number 48. Got it. Okay. Vlog Friday episode 48. Okay. So yeah. Anyways, as always, we'll start with something different. But first of all, I want to give some shout outs here. Usually I don't want to make these about me because these are basically meant to encourage other people. So, anyways, I do want to thank all of my viewers and subscribers because we hit 100 subs, which is really pretty cool. I'm touched and honored that people like my content enough for me to actually reach 100 subs. I find it very humbling, which is sometimes really hard to express. I realize that it's the viewers and the subscribers that actually make my channel what it is. The success of my channel is dependent on the views. So I wanted to thank people for that. I'm in the process of planning something big for the next 2 weeks at least, in celebration of 100 subs. So there is that. Anyways, with that out of the way, we're going to talk a little bit about memories. In Thursday Beats yesterday, this is being recorded the day of Friday. Thursday Beats is always on a Thursday, which is why it's called Thursday Beats. Anyways, in that, I did sing a song that was basically about memories and how we can keep the memories of loved ones alive even if they've passed on. And so we're going to talk a little bit about memories. There are two types of memories. The first type is good memories, of course, and the second type is bad memories. And it's really easy to be controlled and manipulated by bad memories. You'd be surprised at exactly how much memories really affect people. It's really interesting, too, to me anyways, the power that memories can have over us. Anyways, I mainly point this out because, in the song I sang, it was, I'll Be There by The Escape Club. Anyways, what I was thinking of was, it is sad when people do pass on. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, we all get, traumatized, especially with something sudden. And it's really easy to, slip into depression, and because you miss them so much. But one thing to remember is that they are always alive in our memories. And that's not to trivialize a person's death. I mean, I'm not trying to do that. I'm just saying there is still hope. And I think it falls to us to remember people who have fallen, whether it was from old age or from a sickness or just sudden, or just from something sudden. It's just hard to cope sometimes, and I know that firsthand. I mean, everyone has had some encounter or some experience in this field. But yeah, one way to cope is to remember the good times. It's really easy to dwell on the bad times or the bad memories, but it's important not to let those manipulate us or to control us. So it's always good to move on if you're fixating on bad memories. And it isn't as easy as it sounds. I mean, it's really easy to focus on those bad memories. Um, but anyways, it's also really easy, as I said before, to drop into depression. And one of the ways to cope with the symptoms, anyways, not the root cause, is to do something you enjoy at least once a day. Make sure it's something legal. And I always have to put that disclaimer in there because I would never encourage anyone to do anything that was illegal. Um, so yeah, this mainly you want to be careful if it's something that you want to make sure it's something that's within your dietary wheelhouse. You don't want to do something that would, make you end up in the hospital or something because I know that with diabetics, they can't really have much sugar because they can't metabolize it. With celiacs, you can't really have gluten, so you really have to watch food packaging to see, oh, does this have gluten or not? Um, and it's just in those cases, maybe watch a movie you really enjoy. There's a lot of free movies on YouTube these days. I mean, full-length movies, and maybe some of your favorites are. I know that I've seen, like, The Terminator was on there, the first Terminator movie, and Species is on there most of the time. If you're into, the alien, the killer, seductive alien trope. I personally really love that movie. It's one of my favorites. Species. It has Natasha Henstridge in it. But anyways, and I've been doing movie reviews of movies that are free on YouTube. So, well, with ads, unless you've got YouTube Premium, in which case then it cuts out the ads. But anyways, so yeah, that can basically help you if you pamper yourself or treat yourself to to something special. That can really make a difference and maybe help improve your well-being. Number 2 is there's always someone who cares, and I've got a glare there. Sorry about that. Um, there's always someone who cares, and that is always true. Whether it depends on worldview, really. That can be someone in the support industry, um, because I know they care, because they really want people to get better, and or it can be family, it can be friends, parents, loved ones, extended family. It can be well, if it's significant other, depending on if you're in that situation. Um, and you can basically find comfort with those people, or you can talk to them, and they actually care. Also, depending on worldview, it might be the clergy or people in that field. Um, there has been a lot of negative press about the clergy because a few bad apples kind of spoiled the bunch, especially over in the Catholic, over with the Catholics. Um, a few people that do improper things basically spoil it for everyone else. But there's always someone who cares, and that's always something to remember. Number 3 is if you are suffering from an affliction, there is no shame in seeking help. And this is also very, very important. It can be a physical injury. Like I used to have to go to the doctor to get boils drained. Painful, yes, and expensive, yes. But they always let me make payments because they knew I wasn't really financially sound back then. So that was always helpful. I pay like $10 a month, and eventually I paid off all of my medical bills, which was really, really good. It just took forever, and for me that was kind of stressful to owe someone money. That is probably the worst feeling in the world for me, and thankfully that isn't a thing anymore. Um, so yeah, it can also be for mental situations, and this day, and well, these days there's less stigma attached to mental illness because people are realizing that people with mental illness can't really help it because they were born that way. I know there's that whole Lady Gaga song, "Born That Way," I think is what it was called. I don't know. I haven't really heard it much. But anyways, um, so there's less of a social stigma now attached with mental illness because they realize that, people who have mental illness can't really help it. And so there's really no shame anymore in seeking help. If you do seek medication, always make sure that's over the counter or doctor prescribed. You don't want to go, you want to keep everything legal for safety's sake and basically because it's the right thing to do. I know that in some situations with mental illness, you have to take medication in order to thrive, in order to cope. And that's like paranoid schizophrenia, and that's manic depression, which is now called bipolar. Um, with those, you basically have to take medication in order to cope. At least last I checked. And so yeah. Now I know that with like depression and some other situations, you can basically cope with it without medication, and I really admire people that can do that because I also realize that there are people out there who can't cope with it and are probably not medicated. And so seek help because you'll feel a lot better. No matter how bad things get, there's always hope. And this is, again, it can be really difficult, especially if a situation is super bad. I think that was a movie, wasn't it? Super bad. I don't know. It had the kid from Juno and the kid from Arrested Development, and I don't remember what his name was. I think he played Scott Pilgrim. No, I think that was Ashton Kutcher that played Scott Pilgrim. I don't remember. I'm rambling here. But anyways, when things can be really, really bad, and hope can really seem far away, and for some reason I'm getting a text or something. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, I do not. Okay. I'll deal with that later. Anyways, sorry about that. Things can get pretty bad, and it can seem like some situations can seem like the end of the world, but there's always hope, and it's not always easy to reach out and grab that. It can seem like miles away when you're reaching for it, but it's always good to persevere. And so just always try to hold on to hope and see the positive things, this positive side of things. Number 5, I changed up a little bit. Societal tags and labels are pointless. People are people. It's always good to remember that regardless of characteristics people have or inclinations, people are people. This can go towards political views. This can go towards sexual orientation. This can go towards skin color. This can go towards race, which is basically the same thing as skin color, and or even hair color and piercings and stuff like that. People are people regardless of that. Plus, it's easy to sometimes feel slighted by people and still maybe think they are less than human, and we should never do that because no matter what, people are people. I've always felt that societal labels and tags have they basically put people into a box that they don't fit in, or maybe people rush to judgment, and that isn't always a fair assumption. Actually, most assumptions aren't really fair, to be honest. I should probably put assumptions down there too, but anyways. But, so yeah, I know there's some people that embrace societal tags or take pride in them, but I've always found them to be, they always seem to subjugate people, and I never really saw the point to them. There are, of course, the vulgar names for some of the, for some people. But I've always tried to avoid those. You should always remember that people are people. Okay. Um, Number 6 is be yourself. There'll never be another you. And this is really pointing to the power of individuality. It's really easy to conform to what society wants, but you should always be yourself. And that's why I always encourage people to make a YouTube channel so they can express their opinions and views. Because everyone has unique opinions and views, and every opinion and view should be heard. Um, well, what I usually say is that the people who are most popular on YouTube now are themselves. They embrace who they are, and people embrace them because of it. Um, I know that some of them started out really shaky, like, well, they didn't have the confidence. But then after a month or 6, they really came into their own, and they really excelled. But yeah. So yeah, always be yourself, and never be ashamed of who you are. Because who you are is important. And 7 is always think positive thoughts, and this is about the power of positive thinking, which is basically a book by, is it Rick Warren? I don't remember who the book is by, but I remember that was the title of a book, The Power of Positive Thinking. And there have been lots of studies about positive thinking and all of its benefits, and there are only benefits to positive thinking. And now, granted, positive thinking isn't always easy, and it's easy to be sarcastic and say, well, I'm positive it's going to be a bad day, but you should always focus on being genuinely positive. It is possible to maybe be too positive sometimes, but you should always try and see the best in every situation. I'm not saying that you delude yourself into thinking that a bad situation is good just because you're thinking positive thoughts about it, but the positivity can help you through a tough situation. But yeah, that is probably going to do it for this video. It went on for 17 minutes, so I think that I'm going to end it here. Again, thank you for everyone who has been watching my videos, and the subscribers, because we did hit 100 subscribers last night, which is really, really big, and I am deeply humbled by that. I'm not sure what the next goal will be, actually, though I might make the goal either 150 or 200, though usually I go up by 25s. But anyways, with all that being said, I'm going to end the video here. If you like this content, and I hope you found it useful, then make sure you like and subscribe and ring the bell so you know when I upload. Also, want to support me in any way, if you want to join the Discord server, all the information is in the description below. And as always, thanks for watching, everyone, and have a great day.